Good morning, YouTube family. This is Otis with OtisClayton.com. Today we're going to be talking about instructional non-negotiables. Now remember, the purpose of this channel is to increase student achievement and growth by helping school leaders overcome challenges with a pragmatic approach, research-based strategies, and some of the experience that I've had that you may not have to go through. This is not just for principals, but this is for school leaders as well. So today we're going to talk about instructional non-negotiables. So instructional non-negotiables help improve your culture and climate by giving students some consistency where they know things that they can expect every day. It also helps increase high quality instruction for you and your teaching staff. That's extremely important when we talk about rebranding later to keep students in our school, to build trust with the families that we serve. And it also helps increases expectations for students so that they'll know what to do. And so I'll share a few instructional non-negotiables that you can implement for yourself or for your school. So number one is whiteboard protocol. When students come into the classroom, do they know what to do? That may be bell work. That could have the standard, the objective, especially the date. Those are questions that kids ask. What's today's date? What are we doing today? So if you have the whiteboard protocol, it cuts down on distractions and it gives students a clear idea of what is going to be occurring in the class today before you even start talking. So with that whiteboard protocol, you want to have the date, standard, objective, homework, and even the task that students will be doing that day. Another non-negotiable for instructional strategies would be the use of the gradual release of responsibility. Now that's the I do, we do, they do, you do model. And some people say, well, it can't be done every day. I believe that it should be done every day. There is no excuse for teachers not to model either themselves or by using examples or non-examples of what students should be doing. Now, I'm a science teacher, so I know it's not always best. I didn't like getting up and just speaking in front of the students every day. So one of the things that you could do with the gradual release of responsibility is to reverse it. And now it's an inquiry model. So it becomes an inquiry model when you ask the students to do something first. And so as they work through their inquiry process of trying to figure it out, then you can partner them, and then you can show an example, and then you can ultimately show them how you solve the problem. And that would lead us into another instructional non-negotiable, which would be, I call it a task analysis guide. So with standards changing and the rigor and expectation of what students are expected to do on state tests and on assignments being at an all-time high, it is extremely important that teachers show students what is expected of them in the learning process. So with this task analysis guide, the teacher would show an example or non-example of what that task related to the standards should look like. That could be providing a rubric for students to follow as they complete the assignment. And I have some things on my website I upload to show you what that will look like as far as the task analysis guide. In addition to the rubrics, I think you also have, as a math teacher, you should also be prepared to show multiple solution paths on math task. So by showing multiple solution paths on math task, you can assess and advance students using questions. So I like to use the analogy of, if you don't know where the person stays, you ask assessing questions to determine where they are. And they say, hey, I'm on my way to your house and I don't see it. And so you will say, all right, well, do you see a gas station to your left? If you see a gas station to your left, turn right. So by assessing where the students are in the mathematical task, you as the teacher can guide them to where they need to be. I also believe that text should be incorporated in every lesson. So when you have text for students to read, it develops their critical thinking. You don't always have to. So sometimes teachers or students believe that if my teacher said it, then it must be true. So we want to point them back to the resource that we obtain the information from. So be that an article, journal, textbook or some sort of curriculum material that we have attained from our district, it's important to take students back to the text that helps them improve their literacy skills. So by building in text dependent questions with your text, that gives students an opportunity to discuss what they're reading, what they're learning, and using that background knowledge that they bring, which varies and really creates some great diversity in our classrooms. So today, this is just a quick recap of how to improve culture and climate in your school by establishing instructional non-negotiables. And these instructional non-negotiables improve students' expectation or increases students' expectation, also provides them with high quality instruction every day, and creates consistency for parents and students as well as teachers on what they should expect on a day-to-day basis. All right, thank you guys so much for taking a look at this video. I am Dr. Otis Clayton at otis.com, the turnaround principal. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will be talking to you soon.